Hi, welcome back to the Rental Manager tutorials. In this tutorial, we are going to create an order. Of course, first of all, you will have set up your information in the Global User Preferences. You will have added a few customers, and you will have put a few pieces of inventory into the Add Inventory screens. Then you would be ready to create an order. So you start here with your cursor on quotes, orders, invoices, and payments, slide it across, and click on the Add Change Quotes Order screen. It will open to a blue Add Order screen, which is where you create new orders or new quotations. Today we are just going to work on an order. So the first thing you're going to do is pick your client. If you are working with the program and you have new clients that are not in the system yet, you can put them in right from this screen. You don't need to go to the Add Customer screen first, and you can view that in the tutorial that shows you how to add a customer right from the order screen. Today we are going to pick one from the customer database. We can do that by using the customer name from the first pull-down tab. We can do it by the customer company name from the second pull-down tab, or by an ID field. And on this one, I like to use telephone numbers. Some companies have very specific ID fields. So let's pick a client. Use the pull-down tab. I'm using the person's name, and the minute I type in the first letter of the last name, it starts to search for it. And when the program gets enough information, it will find your customer for you and highlight it. Click on it. It brings all of that information into the program. If you would like to review your customer's information, make sure it's correct, click on the binoculars, and that takes you right to the customer screen. You can review the information, then change it, edit it in any way you need. You might need to add a new shipping, billing, or pickup address. You might need to check the financial tab to see if the customer has a discount. There are different things you might want to do. When you're finished and you're ready for your order, click the Save and Exit door and you're back on the order screen. Now, when you open the order screen in Rental Manager, it defaults to the normal order status. There are different statuses here, but it opens to the normal order status, and unless you are creating a quotation, you would just leave it here. You may keep, and what that tells the program is that it is going to be reserving the inventory you put into the body of the order for the dates that you specify, and it is going to check the availability for you. You may keep a project name for a group of orders that are going out the door, example for a big event or a construction site. Those scenarios might have many orders that you want to allocate to a project, and you can search in the Data Hub screen on a project name. You can keep a list of the salespeople that will be entering orders, and the salesperson can pull their name into the order, which will be important if they are paid partially by a commission basis. And the order can be assigned to a different employee for packing, facilitating, etc. You may keep a PO number if the company that you are dealing with requests or requires that for their invoicing. Now, down in this section on the order screen, you have 3 date fields, and they are all written in blue and underlined, which means they are mandatory. The program defaults for you to the date that the order is being placed, and then you put in, by clicking on the date field, the day that the order is being picked up or delivered. I'm going to choose Friday, August 3rd, close that door, come over to my scheduled return date. I'm scheduling this to come back on August the 6th. Close the door, and the program is automatically set to reserve the inventory for this weekend and check its availability. If timing is important to you, there are two ways that can be managed. If you want your customers to pick up orders at 8 in the morning and return them at 4 or 5 in the afternoon, you can set those defaults in the global user preferences and they will be automatically show up here. If you work on a slightly different basis and when your product goes out the door with your customer, you print the time that it is going out the door, and then 24 hours later you want it back for your 1-day rental charge, then you click on the Now button as you are getting ready to print the order in both spots, and it will give you that time period. Next, you need to choose the number of rental periods and the period type. So we've just put this for 1 weekend, so we leave 1. You can change it. And we're going to choose 1 weekend from the pull-down list. These are all the rates that you have selected for your pay periods, your rental periods in the inventory listings. If you were giving your customer a discount on the whole order, you would put it here. Now we're going to go and create the order. So we go to the order detail screen. You will notice that we now have a whole line of tabs of things that we might want to use in our order. So we click on the detail screen, and if you find that that's got just a bit too much information for you, or you want a cleaner screen for choosing inventory, use the detail expanded screen and go back here when you need to. I'm going to work on this screen today. First thing we need to do is choose the category that our inventory pieces will be coming from to start from. So I will choose lawn and garden for my first piece of inventory, and then I come to the first inventory line, click on the tab. It shows me all the inventory I have listed for that category, and within that it shows me the quantity I own for each one and the unit pricing that I have established. So when I choose my turf rake, which is a large lawnmower, it tells me I want to rent it for 1 weekend. I'm going to choose a quantity of 1, and my weekend price is $70, and if I click on the end of the line, it extends the price for me. Now I'm going to go back and choose the other piece of equipment from my lawn and garden category, choosing my earth drill, click on 1, but I'm in a hurry and I don't want to have to go to the end of the line, so I'm going to leave it there and click enter and watch what happens. It automatically extends that price when I click enter. Note what is going on down here. The prices for each item are being added and the program is totaling what we have here. Now, what if I wanted to give my customer a discount on that earth drill? So he's a good customer, and just on this one item I'd like to give him a discount. I can do that just by typing the discount in on that order line. I'm going to put in 10%, and when I add my next inventory item, the program should calculate that 10%. And if it doesn't, I can just recalc it and it will do that for me. There you go, 10% on the $400. It's 40, and it's put it into its calculations. Now I would like to also change categories. I need something else, and I'm going to choose chairs specifically so I can show you what happens when you overbook. So this is my list of chairs that I have in my chair category. These are all the chairs that I have in my program, and I'm going to choose my garden chairs, and I see that I have 200 of them, but I know that I have some rented out for this weekend, and I want to show you what happens if I go to overbook them. So I'm choosing 50, hit enter. Uh-oh. I've requested 50, but only negative 110 are available. So I don't have 50. As a matter of fact, I'm overbooked already by 110. But if I know where I can get those chairs, I can accept that amount, or I can cancel it and choose a new amount or choose a different inventory item. So I'm going to click on OK to show you what happens. I am overbooked. It tells me I am overbooked, and it was negative 10, but I've added 50. So now for this weekend, I am overbooked by 160. And on the reports that you will find in the inventory section on the report tab, you can get a list of all the inventory going out for this weekend, and it will show you that you are overbooked by 160 for these chairs. That really is all there is to adding inventory to an order. Once you put in all of the inventory items going out the door, you will probably have some administrative costs, and you could keep them in appropriate categories. I've just put administrative to show you. You might have a damage waiver, and the program can calculate the damage waiver for you on the total cost, and it allows you to put in your own percentage depending on what you do in your rental business. You can also add delivery costs, echo fees, gas fees. Anything that you need can be put in as an inventory sale item and added to your program. And you will notice this is not a rental, so it doesn't have one weekend here. It's a sale, and I'm putting in one delivery charge, and I just have this organized for $20. You would probably have different kinds of delivery charges. It adds it to my program, it adds on the tax, and here is my total. Now let's go and look at this order. I could at this point just print it, but I want to see what it looks like. So I'm going to click on my viewfinder, and I'm going to just open this up so you can see it. This is my rental contract. This is one of many that we have in the program. There you can choose from a number of generic forms that we have. We also customize if you need that. We customize forms for you. There is a charge for that, but we are happy to do it. So the order forms show your company info and the important information you need: the taken date, the return date, the customer's billing and shipping address, and all of the information for the category that you need. This form shows it in categories. It shows the inventory in categories. There is a short place for a front page disclaimer pointing your customer to your rental contract, terms and conditions, and it has the totals. That is the way that you create an order in Xgensoft. From the print preview screen, you can print it, do a PDF, or close it. You can do that from here too. You can print it, you can get copies, you can print packing slips and return slips. If it's a quote, you can print a quote. You can open an email and PDF it. So there are a lot of different things that you can add on from here. When you are ready to create a new order, you simply put it back on the order setup screen and move the little arrow, and you have a new screen to start your order.